The Airbus H160 is a next-generation medium utility rotorcraft unveiled in 2015 to modernize corporate flight. Designed with automotive styling cues, it combines distinct sweeping blue-edge rotor blades, a canted fenestrine tail, and an angular biplane horizontal stabilizer that form a sleek, futuristic profile. The AgustaWestland AW109 was introduced during the 1970s as a high-speed twin-engine transport craft for executive operators. Its visual charm comes from a razor-sharp nose, fully retractable landing gear, and swept engine cowlings that give the entire airframe a streamlined, sports car-like aesthetic. The Sikorsky S-76 Spirit was developed in the late 1970s as a dedicated commercial aircraft for offshore oil and corporate travel. It remains admired for its clean proportions, extended passenger cabin, seamless flush-riveted exterior, and tucked-away landing gear that ensure an uncluttered, balanced look. The Bell 525 Relentless is an advanced super-medium helicopter built with fly-by-wire flight control systems. Visually, it features an ultra-clean composite fuselage, large wraparound panoramic cockpit windows, and a low-drag aerodynamic profile reminiscent of a modern private business jet cruising aloft. The Airbus H130 is a single-engine light utility helicopter that originated from the popular Écureuil family. Its primary aesthetic draw lies in an enormous teardrop glass canopy, smoothly contoured composite cowlings, and an enclosed fenestrine anti-torque fan that delivers neat, continuous lines from nose to tail. The Leonardo AW109 is a light intermediate twin helicopter certified during the 2010s for diverse multi-role operations. It carries sculpted side sponsons, aggressive Italian styling touches, and swept twin turbines that create a muscular stance without sacrificing an agile, contemporary executive silhouette. The Airbus H145 is an evolutionary twin-engine craft with roots tracing back to the BK117 collaboration in 1979. Modern editions possess a clean, high-set tail boom, twin clamshell rear access doors, and an integrated shrouded rotor system, giving the airframe a purposeful, well-proportioned, modern finish. The Sikorsky S-72 was engineered in the 1990s to handle heavy utility duties, airline routes, and head-of-state transport. Its commanding aesthetic is characterized by massive sponsons, balanced cabin geometry, and high-mounted engine housings that project an imposing, stately presence wherever it touches down. The Leonardo AW139 is a mid-sized twin helicopter entering service in 2003 that quickly dominated the executive transport sector. The design earns high praise for its refined fuselage contours, sweeping side window beltlines, and compact power plant layout, presenting an effortlessly harmonious aesthetic form. The Bell 429 Global Ranger is a modern twin-engine utility rotorcraft created primarily for emergency medical and corporate users. It displays a finely sculpted composite nose section, a swept rotor hub fairing, and crisp exterior angles that present a sharp, athletic stance on either skids or wheels. The Bell 206 Jet Ranger was introduced in the 1960s after winning widespread civilian admiration across global markets. The airframe established iconic status through its pointed forward nose, classic twin-blade rotor mast, and balanced engine cowling lines that define timeless 20th century aviation style. The MD-500 was conceived in the 1960s as a light military observation aircraft before expanding into civil use. Its standout look comes from a distinctive egg-shaped fuselage, a high T-tail configuration, and a compact rotor diameter, producing a famously agile, teardrop-like appearance in flight. The Aerospatiale SA-341 Gazelle was created during the late 1960s through a joint Anglo-French military program. It remains visually unique thanks to an expansive, transparent bubble cockpit, an ultra-slender tail boom, and a pioneer-shrouded fenestrine fan, yielding a striking retro-futuristic aesthetic. The Eurocopter AS-350 Écureuil was first flown in 1974 as a reliable workhorse for mountain rescue and charter missions. The model features a distinct wedge-shaped nose section, angular cabin glass panels, and an unencumbered tail structure that together form a lean, recognizable, and functional shape. The Bell 407 is a four-bladed light utility helicopter developed in the 1990s from previous single-engine platforms. Its exterior beauty is highlighted by sculpted carbon fiber tail elements, a sharp fuselage taper, and a refined engine deck that projects both mechanical sophistication and aggressive speed. The Gimbal Cabri G2 is a two-seat light trainer developed in France during the 2000s for flight academies. Its appeal stems from organic, fluid exterior bodywork, an integrated fenestrant shroud, and a high-visibility bubble canopy that delivers a remarkably polished, modern micro-aviation look. The Boeing RAH-64 Apache was created in the 1970s to serve as the United States Army's primary anti-armor platform. It projects a menacing, angular aesthetic with a stepped tandem glass cockpit, protruding sensor turrets, external weapon stub wings, and sharp avionics cheek fairings across the airframe. The Bell AH-1 Cobra was fielded during the Vietnam War as the world's very first dedicated attack helicopter. Built with an extraordinarily narrow 3-foot-wide fuselage, tandem pilot seating, and flush chin weapon mounts, it presents an aggressive, spearhead-like profile built strictly for low-drag speed. The Kamov Ka-50 Black Shark was engineered in the Soviet Union during the 1980s as an advanced single-seat combat scout. Its radical visual identity is defined by twin contra-rotating coaxial main rotors without a tail rotor, complemented by a sharp angular nose and purposeful armor-plated side panels. The Eurocopter Tiger is a multi-role combat helicopter designed during the late Cold War by a Franco-German partnership. Its visual allure relies on radar-reducing flat composite skin panels, a narrow step tandem cockpit layout, and chiseled weapon pylons that give it a lean, athletic military shape. The Boeing Sikorsky RAH-66 Comanche was an experimental stealth reconnaissance helicopter developed during the 1990s. The aircraft is visually iconic for its fully faceted radar-deflecting fuselage, concealed retractable weapons base, and enclosed tail rotor, producing a stealthy, sci-fi appearance. The MiL-Me-24 Hind was deployed in the 1970s by the Soviet military as a combined assault gunship and troop carrier. Its distinct look is defined by double-bubble tandem canopies, downward-canted stub wings, and twin turbine humps, creating a heavy, armored stance often described as a flying tank. The CAIC-Z-10 was developed during the 2000s as China's first dedicated modern tandem seat attack platform. It exhibits sharp diamond-cut fuselage facets, a narrow cross-section, and a stepped glass canopy, presenting a chiseled, stealth-inspired exterior with aggressive, balanced attack lines. The Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk was commissioned in the late 1970s as the US military's primary tactical utility lifter. Its iconic appearance rests on a low-slung, athletic fuselage designed to fit transport planes, yielding a wide, grounded, and purposeful silhouette that commands respect worldwide. The Bell UH-1 Iroquois was introduced during the late 1950s and became a defining symbol of 20th century air mobility. It displays a timeless vintage form characterized by wide chin bubble windows, large sliding cabin doors, and a high-mounted two-blade rotor system with an unmistakable outline. The AgustaWestland AW109 is a medium-lift naval and utility helicopter developed jointly by Britain and Italy in the 1980s. Its striking look comes from a distinct three-engine cowling layout, a sculpted 5-blade main rotor hub, and a sweeping, robust airframe engineered for severe maritime environments. The Sikorsky CH-53K King Stallion is an advanced heavy-lift rotorcraft engineered for expeditionary marine transport. Its imposing beauty is defined by an enormous fuselage, wide flared sponsons, and an authoritative 7-bladed rotor disc that projects sheer structural scale, power, and capability. The Boeing CH-47 Chinook was introduced in the 1960s as a battlefield heavy lifter and disaster relief asset. The aircraft achieves an iconic, balanced appearance through its elongated twin-rotor fuselage, stepped rear rotor pylon, and complete absence of a tail boom, resulting in a timeless silhouette.